All right, now we're going to take a look at style sheets, CSS, cascading style sheets. These are code that's in the background that controls how your page looks. If you just have a white background and black text, that's not, the most eye-catching web page you might have. Now, in the past, the earlier lessons, we've used some of the centering and little things up here that you would see like on a Microsoft Word page or something. There's for font, size, position, color, and so on. And that's fine. You can still use those. But if you know that you want your page to look a certain way, and you always want it to be all the H1 headers a certain way, maybe the H3 headers a certain way, maybe an image, a table, a cell borders a certain way. You can use CSS to control that for every table in your page. So we go up here and click on the CSS button, and it just asks us to put a title in. So I'm going to put the index like usual, and I put that in week 11, and here we go. Now we have a thing comes up that allows us to pick certain aspects, certain things in our objects in our web page, and we can set the style for them. So I'm going to do an H1 header and create the style sheet. The general, the text, I'm going to say that its alignment is centered. Its font weight, which is like, do you want bold or normal? I'll say it's bold. Style, I'll leave it as normal. Case, no, that'll be depending on how I want to type it. I'm not going to have it underlined, although you could. Overlined, a line above it blinking, that's kind of annoying. You could use a certain font family here, unspecified or predefined, that's up to you. The font size, since it's an H1, I'm not going to play with that. It has a set font size, although you can work with that. Line height, just in the object, in the field that it's in, it will raise it or lower it if you'd like. But I am going to say that the text color is red, and then I'm going to go to the background, and I'm going to say that's yellow. Not that that's a great but it'll stand out for our purposes of our example here. You can image, the image, you can put an image in here if you want to choose. You can go anywhere and find an image and put it in as a background image. I'm not going to do that because this isn't the body, this is an H1, but that's something you can do if you want to for the body. So that's borders. This is a little bit more for divs or tables, sorry. Rest of these are generally for a little bit more other purposes, but as you get more complicated in your lists, you might want to be able to have a set amount of lists. We haven't gotten to those yet. So I'm going to click OK. And now our page hasn't really changed, it's still the same. But now I'm going to say, okay, let's start with a body text. No, I'm going to start with a header. Start with an H1. All of a sudden yellow appears on the screen. I didn't do anything else because we've preset that already. And I will say hi, how are you doing? And then I'm going to hit return a couple times, and now I'm going to put an H2 header in. Nothing changed now this time because it's an H2, not an H1. Cows are yummy. Notice that I had set this to be centered, to be yellow background, and have red text, and over here, none of that's happening because it's not an H1, it's an H2 type header. I will just I'm going to put in an image here. I'm going to go to week 11 where I've already placed an image just to get us I didn't put in alternative text. Good catch, Composer. Forgot to put that in. Dimensions. Make it a little smaller. It's going to be constrained, so change it down to 320. Forgot about that too. Put a border around this picture, which we didn't do before, of 10 pixels. At the bottom. Okay, let's see. Okay, there we go. Now I could see, yeah, I can come back up here and adjust that if I want to, like so. Make it be in the center more, make it be on the right. But that is creating CSS for this image only. What we're doing here now, if I wanted to click out of here and come down a little bit, looks like I'm in a div. It looks like I put the picture in a div, which we haven't done yet. But all right, let's go back up here, and now I'm going to put in another H1. And oh, look, it came. You see, I didn't do anything on the top up there, and it came up yellow again. This H1 is still the same. So now, because we've done it this way in this page, anytime, because we set the CSS for the H1s to be this way, no matter how many times I use an H1, it's going to be this way. But H2s and 3s and 4s and 5s and anything else, it's going to come out to be just the way they are, and can be adjusted individually by using the top tools. Thanks.